Hello and welcome to the second video looking at the losing trick count. This time we're going to focus on the bidding side of things. So how does the losing trick count help? Well, once we know our losers, we can now raise our partner to the correct level. And in order to do that, we have to make some assumptions. So to start off with, we assume that an opening hand has 7 losers. And that a responding hand has 9 losers. And between the two hands, we want to have a maximum of 14 losers or fewer between the two to bid to gain. So as you can see, with those assumed sort of losers for the opener and the responder, that comes to 16, and that tells us that we don't want to bid to gain, we only want to play in a part score, for example. So let's move on to the actual bidding itself. Let's say partner opens 1 spade, we have 4 card support, 6 to 12 points. We know that we're in the losing trick count sort of range where we're going to raise to either 2, 3 or 4 spades based on the losing tricks. Now, as the responder, you're likely to have 7, 8 or 9 losers. 9 is the sort of assumed amount, and sometimes you might have a bit more, sometimes you might have a bit less, but those are the assumed sort of levels. If we've got 9 losers, we're going to raise our partner to the 2 level. And if we have one fewer loser, we've got 8, we'll raise to the 3 level. And if we've got 7 or fewer, we're going to raise to 4 spades. Just remember that we still have that high point range of 6 to 12. So we're going to raise to 2, 3 or 4 based on the losing trick count. So let's have a look at some examples. Now I've put 3 very similar looking hands here, and I've just moved some cards around to adjust their shape and to improve or worsen their fit. So this first hand on the left, let's assume partner opens 1 spade. We've got 7 high card points, so we're in the range where we can look at losing trick count. And if we count those, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 losers. So that tells me raise to the 2 level. If I move a card around and do the count again, this time I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losers. So 8 losers tells me to bid to the 3 level. I've still got the 7 high card points, but now I'm a bit more shapely. So previously we would have had to think, well, how many points can we add on for singleton? Can we add any points on for the extra lengthened spades to decide, can we increase the value of this 7 count to the point where we can raise to the 2 level? By doing the losing trick count, it just makes it clear that yes, this hand is good enough to go to the 3 level. And if we look at the next hand, we can see we have a void in clubs, so that takes away all losers in clubs. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losers, and 7 losers we bid to the 4 level. So with this hand, it goes 1 spade, 2 spades. This one, it goes 1 spade, 3 spades, and this one, 1 spade, 4 spades. And the nice thing about this is there's no ranges in values. If we think about the high card points, 1 spade, 2 spade would show 6 to 9 points. 1 spade, 3 spades would show sort of 10 to 12 points. What you'll notice with the losing trick count, this shows exactly 9, exactly 8, and exactly 7 losers. There's no ranges there. So that then makes our partners bidding much easier because they know exactly how many losers you've got. There isn't a range, and so they can either pass or bid to the correct level. So this is if we're bidding as the responder, we have a fit. The opener can also do the same thing. So let's go through that. If we open a heart and partner responds 1 spade, and we've got 4 cards supporting spades, we can then raise to either 2, 3 or 4 spades based on our losing trick count. So I mentioned that we assume that the opener has 7 losers, so let's have a look at this, either 7, 6 or 5 losers. Sometimes we'll have a bit more or a bit less, but 99 times out of 100, this is the range that we would have. And so if we've got 7 or more losers, we're just going to raise to the 2 spades. Remember that 7 was the expected. I've got no more than expected, so let's just bid to 2. With 6, I've got 1 less loser than expected, so I'll raise 1 more level, so I'll raise to 3. If I've got 5 or fewer losers, I'll raise to 4 spades. So again, there's no ranges in the bids that we do. It either shows 5, 6 or 7 losers. and again then partner can make the correct decisions. So let's have a look at some examples for the opener bidding. So here are some examples. In this first one, you can see that we have 4, 8, 9, 12 points there. Relatively balanced, but I do have a 5-card major, so it's not suitable for a 1 no jump open. So I open 1 heart. And if partner was to bid 1 spade, I can stop at that point. We have a fit in spades. I'll do my losing trick count. 2 losing clubs, 1 losing diamond, 2 losing hearts, and 2 losing spades. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losers. 7 losers is the expected amount for my opening hand, so I just raised to 2 spades. This next hand here, we can count the losers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 losers this time. So after 1 heart, 1 spade, I'll now raise to 3 spades. I've moved some cards around here, so let's have a look at the losing trick count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So although this has now got a singleton, so it's lost a loser from the previous hand if we look, it's gained a card in diamonds, which is a loser, and so the losing trick count is the same. And so in this hand it goes 1 heart, 1 spade from partner, 3 spades from us. And on the last hand, still with the same high card points, this time we've got a void in clubs, so no losing clubs, 2 losing diamonds, 2 losing hearts, and a losing spade. So I've got 5 losers, that's 2 less than expected, so I'll raise the spade bid from partner from 1 spade to 4 spades. So nice and simple so far. There are some bids that we can come into a little bit later on, and let's have a look at how that might work. So for example here, I open 1 heart and partner bids 3 hearts. So you might want to pause the video at this point. How many losers does 3 hearts show? So partner is the responder. So we expect 9 losers, but they've raised by more than 1. So they haven't just gone to 2 hearts, they've gone to 3 hearts. So we know then that they have 8 losers. So if they have 1 less loser than expected, how many losers do we need to have in order to raise to gain? Again, you might want to pause the video at this point. So the amount of losers that we would want to have is 1 less than our expected losing trick count. So we would expect to have 7 as being the opener. If I've only got 6 or maybe even 5, I can then raise to gain, knowing that we've got gain values between the 2 hands. Let's have another look at an example bidding sequence here. 1 heart from us, 1 spade from partner, 2 spades from us. So how many losers do we have for 2 spades? Again, if you want to pause the video, now's the time to do it. So we're showing a 7 loser hand here. We're showing just a single raise, we're not jumping to show extra support. And as the opener, we're expected to have 7 losers, and we haven't jumped, so we're showing 7. So how many losers would partner need to have in order to raise 2 spades to 4 spades? Again, if you want to pause the video, now's the time. So as a responder, we're expected to have 9 losers. Partner shown to have 7. And so for us to raise from 2 spades to 4 spades as the responder, we would want to have 2 fewer losers than expected. So we would want to have a 7 loser hand as well. So here's the question. What happens if we have an 8 loser hand? We've seen before that 8 is fine to go to the 3 level. So would we bid 3 spades at this point? And the answer is no. One of the advantages of losing trick count is we always bid the maximum value of our hand at the first opportunity that we have to show that fit. And his partner has already jumped or bid their bid as best as they possibly could. They bid 2 spades, showing that they have 7 losers. If we were to go to 3 spades, well, they still have 7 losers, so they're never going to go to 4. So we should never have a bidding sequence of something like 1 heart, 2 heart, 3 heart, 4 heart, because the 2 hearts has already said we don't have enough for game. So 3 hearts is just making it 1 trick more difficult for the declarer to make the contract. Now, that doesn't mean that after 1 heart, 2 heart, it's either pass or 4 heart. There may be some other bids that we could do, but we would never go to 3 heart. So that's it for the losing trick count in terms of the bidding. I hope that you managed to instill that into your game and that you get to see the advantages of doing it this way. So thanks for now. I hope that you found that useful.